Yo, peace, everybody. This is a pretty interesting one. Very interesting one, actually. We're out here in beautiful nature again. You know, this video is very interesting. I was called to make this video on the topic, yes, of purpose, but deeper than that, the shadow side of purpose. Can it be someone's purpose to destroy? Can it be someone's purpose to bring chaos and move in chaos? And there's a couple things I'm about to say here that are major in understanding purpose. Your purpose, the people around you, why you may be going through the things you're going through, why you're dealing with certain things and certain people might bring some revelations to that. So this is one thing that I want to be understood immediately, is that what I heard was it's possible for people to have a purpose of destruction. It's possible to have for people to have a purpose of chaos and bringing low vibes, and that's their purpose. That's what they're here for. That's what they're meant to do. There's been times where we've done that, even us earth angels, right? There's been times where we've brought chaos, whether we meant to or not. It was accident, right? Just like most everybody. And I want to highlight this. It's not that I want to say that that's not true. It's actually extremely true. It's actually, the way it was said was underrated. It's not that it's just possible for people to be outside of their purpose, and excuse me, it's not impossible for people to have low vibrational purposes. It's one thing to understand that you're never not doing what you're supposed to do. You're always doing what you're supposed to do. Even when you're a being who's walking in alignment with their purpose, you're still going to go through certain things that you have to go through. So it doesn't even really matter. It's not about avoiding problems in this life. It's about learning how to master ourselves and alchemize energy in this life. So first things to comprehend about this immediately for me is that I think of the fact that, okay, everybody outside of their purpose, everybody that is living outside of their purpose, everybody who's not walking in alignment with divinity or truth, is probably going to bring chaos and damage and low vibes into the world. The version of you not in its purpose, or moving away from its purpose, or in resistance to its purpose, that version of you is going to bring chaos and destruction, because you're intentionally putting yourself in places where you don't belong, or unintentionally putting yourself in places where you don't belong with people, situations, and things of that nature. So it's not about thinking, are you in or out of your purpose? It's about, are you aware of it, and are you in alignment of it? Are you moving towards it, or are you moving away from it? Are you in resistance to it, or are you in flow with it? Are you able to flow, let go and flow, or are you holding on and making things hard? This is what needs to be understood, is that purpose, everybody in alignment with that purpose, that's a thought, that's a concentrated thought. It's not infinite possibilities. They've chosen what their reality is going to be. The chosen, right? The chosen choose. So that person who's consciously in alignment with their purpose has a higher chance of not bringing chaos, of not bringing destruction, because they're removing it from their life. They're removing it from themselves. If it's in you, then it's going to be in your life, and you will share that chaos and destruction. So why live a life where chaos and destruction is needed when they're not evil? They're not wrong. This is another thing to understand. It's not evil and it's not wrong. It's just another way of things. But when are these way of things necessary? When we're out of alignment. When we're out of alignment, things get destroyed. When we're out of alignment, we have to let things go. We have to lose what we created from being in a version of ourselves that is in resistance to who we truly are. So if you resist who you are truly, and that's inevitably going to play out, all roads lead to the source, then what you do on the way there eventually has to be let go. Like, you have to let it go, or it gets destroyed. And you can help people get in alignment with their purpose through your wisdom. You can express to them what you've went through, what you've learned, how you've grown, and show them a better way. People can learn from your mistakes in that way. People can get a first-hand experience of your mistakes, and if you're not in your own way, you can advocate that people really try to gain an understanding of what lessons you can take from failures, even your own, especially your own. You can also give wisdom and advice on how to do things and how to make things easier in this life. Both of these things equivocally help people align with their purpose. Why? Because it is up to the perceiver. It is up to the person to choose. Am I going to be getting better, or do I not care? Or am I going to choose to not care? Am I going to intentionally block out information and block out the truth that's been radiating and is going to continue to? So at the end of the day, I want this to be said about purpose, is that yes, we're always in it. All roads lead to the source. That's that. Can your purpose be to destroy? No. Everybody who's walking in alignment with their purpose, and it can be a part of their journey to destroy. And I understand it in that sense. It could be a part of your journey in your growth process, in your discovering process, to maybe cause a little bit of chaos. But if you're intentionally causing chaos, then you're intentionally resisting your purpose. That's how you have time and the capacity to do that. Or a person has time and capacity to do that. If you need to vamp people's energy as well, you are also just out of your purpose. You are disconnected from source, specifically how you connect to source. That is your purpose. Your purpose is reflected and directly connected to how you express source and connect to source directly. You have to know yourself. You have to know your physical self, your physical being. You have to know your mental, emotional being. Master that as well, right, instead of it mastering you. And you have to understand yourself celestially and in the astral form, and understand how your energies are affecting and connecting to the cosmos and what's going on in the cosmos. It's not irrelevant and it's not random. Everything is in divine timing. When you can learn how to live in divine timing, your hours, your horology, horoscope, these things start to change. You start to change how you think, believe, and move. So I want people to know that moving towards God, moving towards source, moving towards purpose, moving away from chaos, moving away from destruction, letting things go. They don't have to be destroyed. And only having what's for you, embracing what's for you today, now. That's what it's about. It's not about going and trying to create the ideal life that we've been told to have or programmed to want or idealize. It's for us to connect to source and see what we want for ourselves. And that is connected to what God wants for you as well. As that will for yourself is the will of the divine. Whereas, as long as you are not sovereign in all dimensions and aware of yourself in all 12 dimensions, somebody in this realm is, and they are controlling that for you until you step into that power. And so I always want people to have their power. So the first place that you could start, one of the only things that you can control here and now at any given time is your perception. You can't control anything in the world right now, exactly, but you can control your perception. That's just what it is. And we can break that down to the molecule and you'll see that that's true. So I want everyone to realize that there's a 99% chance that people are going to bring chaos and destruction into your life. There's a 1% chance that they're not, if they're in their purpose. And if you're in alignment with people who are in there, if you're in alignment with your purpose, you'll be around people who have the potential to be in alignment with their purpose. If you're not in alignment with your purpose, you're going to run into people who are and aren't in alignment with their purpose, but it won't matter because you're misplaced. You're in the wrong place at all times. So it doesn't matter if you cross somebody who's in their purpose or not in their purpose. When you're not, but when you are, there's a higher chance and a higher rate. Now you actually have a chance of being around people who aren't going to destroy, who aren't going to make problems and low vibes in your life. Bring those high vibes in by maintaining that frequency. Hold that domain. Okay, when you dream of your dream life, imagine the vibes, imagine the feelings, contain that, feel that, know that, and make sure that if something doesn't match that picture, that you either can alchemize it let it go, or it may be destroyed. But at some point in time, you got to recognize, you got to recognize that yes, every step of the way is in your purpose, just like every branch and every leaf connects to the tree. But to take the direct route, to go straight to the purpose, instead of taking all these different pathways and possibilities and taking all these years to finally do what we know what we're supposed to do, and to finally be happy and live the life we fulfilled. The source is there, that life is there, and it's always accessible. But when are you going to make it permissible? Okay. My name's Solar Moray. Like, share, and subscribe. There's merchandise right down below. Hey, I love you guys. Go look up my music on all platforms. Just type in my name anywhere and it'll pop up. It's very healthy music as well. Feel free to book me for astrology readings if you want to learn about your chart, tap into your purpose. I make it very easy, and that's what I like to focus on. So with that being said, everybody hold it down, but keep it up. Peace.